Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 14th episode of the Four Agreements. We are learning and making an agreement with ourselves to do our best. And now, in this chapter, Miguel talks about what happens when you do your best. He says, when you do that, you are going to live your life intensely. You're going to be productive. You are going to be good to yourself because you will be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action. Doing your best is taking the action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. Most people do exactly the opposite. They only take action when they expect a reward and they don't enjoy the action. And that's the reason they don't do their best. If you remember my experience of doing a chore from last episode, you will realize that when I was rushing through, I exactly did this opposite thing. I just wanted to finish the work because I was expecting after that I'm going to relax. And that's why I wasn't even enjoying the chore which I was doing. I was just rushing through it. Here, Miguel gives another example. He says that most people go to work every day just thinking of payday and the money they will get from the work they are doing. They can hardly wait for Friday or Saturday. We have heard plenty of times on social media, yay, Friday is here finally, or eagerly waiting for the weekend, all sorts of things. So here, Miguel says that such people are working for the reward, and as a result, they resist work. They try to avoid the action, and it becomes more difficult, and they don't end up doing their best. There is no judgment here because we all have been sometime or the other time through this journey. It is a story of each one of us. We all have worked so hard all week long, suffering the work, suffering the action, not because we like to, but because we feel we have to. We all have felt that we have to work because we have to pay the rent, because we have to support our families. We all have been here. We all have experienced this frustration. So, really, there is no judgment here. Miguel writes ahead that even when they have 2 days to rest, what do? They try to escape. They get drunk because they don't like themselves. They don't like their life. There are many ways that we hurt ourselves when we don't like who we are. On the other hand, if you take action just for the sake of doing it without expecting a reward, you will find that you enjoy every action you do. Rewards will come, but you are not attached to the reward. You can even get more than you would have imagined for yourself without expecting a reward, he says. If we like what we do, if we always do our best, then we are really enjoying life. We are having fun. We don't get bored and we don't have frustrations. There is another bright side to it. When you do your best, you don't give the judge within you or outside the opportunity to find you guilty or to blame you. If you have done your best and the judge tries to judge you according to the book of laws, you have got the answer. I did my best. There are no regrets. That is why we always do our best. It is not an easy agreement to keep, but this agreement is really going to set you free. Another bright side to it, when you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. But you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes, of course. Learning from your mistakes means you practice, look honestly at the results, and keep practicing. This increases your awareness. Doing your best really doesn't feel like work because you enjoy whatever you're doing. You know you're doing your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have any negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you're trying to please the judge, and definitely not because you're trying to please other people. If you take an action because you have to, then there is no way you are going to enjoy or you're going to do your best. Miguel says, then it is better not to do it. You do your best because doing your best all the time makes you so happy. When you are doing your best just for pleasure of doing it, you are taking action because you enjoy the action. Action, he says, is about living fully. Inaction is the way that we deny life. Inaction is sitting in front of the television every day for years because you're afraid to be alive, to take risk of expressing what you are. Expressing what you are is taking action. You have many great ideas in your head, but what makes the difference is the action. Without acting upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no rewards. He gives example from one of my favorite movies, Forrest Gump. If you have watched it, you know that he just didn't have great ideas, but he took action. He was happy because he just always did his best at whatever he did. He was richly rewarded without expecting any reward at all. If you haven't watched it, please do watch this movie, Forrest Gump, played by Tom Hanks. Ahead, Miguel talks about himself. He says that I do my best in everything I do and feel. Doing best has become my ritual because I made the choice to make it a ritual, and I always do my best. He says, taking a shower is a ritual for me. And with that action, I tell my body how much I love it. I feel and enjoy the water on my body. I do my best to fulfill the needs of my body. I do my best to give my body and to receive what my body gives me. In India, they perform a ritual called puja. In this ritual, they take idols that represent God in many different forms and bathe them, feed them, and give their love to them. They even chant mantras to these idols. We all have done it, haven't we? The idol here is not important, he says. What is important is the way the ritual is performed, the way we say, I love you, God. God, he says, is life in action. And the best way to love your God is to live your life doing your best. The best way to say, thank you, God, is by letting go of the past and living in the present moment, right here and right now. He says, whatever life takes away from you, let it go. Because when you surrender and let go of your past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now, right here. Of course, if you live in the past dream, you don't enjoy what is happening right now because you will always wish it to be different than what it is now. Living in this way leads to self pity, suffering, and tears. He reminds us ahead that we were born with the right to be happy. We were born with the right to love, to enjoy, and to share our love. He is reminding us not to resist life passing through us because that is God passing through you. Just your existence proves the existence of God. Your existence proves the existence of life and energy. We don't need to know or prove anything, just to be, to take a risk and enjoy life. It is all that matters. You have the right to be the way you are. You have the right to be you. You can only be you when you do your best. When you don't do your best, you are denying yourself the right to be you. That's a seed that you should really nurture in your mind. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You don't need acceptance of others. You express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. That is an expression of God to say, "Hey, I love you." First three agreements will only work if you do your best. Don't expect that you will always be able to be impeccable with your word. Your routine habits are too strong and firmly rooted in mind, but you can do your best. Don't expect that you will never take anything personally. Just do your best. Don't expect that you will never make another assumption, but you can certainly do your best. Be aware and let's keep doing our best. We will continue the rest of the chapter in next episode. Until then, love and light.